Supreme Court kicked Lily's claim out of the court for being too late. The conservative majority, including your mentor, Justice Scalia, interpreted Title VII's 180-day time limit to mean that Lily had to have filed her claim within 180 days of when her salary was decided, instead of accepting the common sense approach of viewing her paycheck as an ongoing part of pay discrimination. Justice Ginsburg strongly disagreed with her conservative colleagues' approach to the case. In her dissent, she pointed
Hey, Danny, I can hear you.
Oh, good. I can't see you, though.
You can't see me? Well, how about now?
No.
I moved away from the camera to get.
No, I don't get it. I don't have a picture at all.
Oh, you know, okay.
I don't know why.
Are you on an iPad or something?
iPhone.
So you do have a camera?
Yes.
Well, something settings just not right, I guess.
Let me call back.
Hey, yeah.
Huh?
When you try to join, Dennis,
Right.
go ahead and exit out or close this out and try to join again. But if it asks you to join with video or audio, just say yes to both. It might prompt you. It might come up and say, "Do you want to join with video?" and that kind of thing. So just say yes. But your iPhone should work. Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right. Thanks.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you, Danny.
All right. I can hear you too. All right.
So if you touch your screen, Dennis, you should be able to see a little camera icon. Just touch your screen and you should see a little camera. You can turn it on and off.
Well, I've got Don right now.
I've never
That's
tried
good.
it with an iPhone simply because it's so small, such a small screen.
Yeah, well, I have problems. I have problems with my computer, and I don't have a camera for my computer.
Right. So if you, like I said, if you just touch anywhere on your screen of your iPhone, you should see a little icon that shows a little camera and a speaker. Just click the camera.
There you go. You got it. I'm gonna hang up.
Okay. I have the video. I mean, I have the voice, I think.
Yeah, we hear you.
All right. Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Yes.
No. Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Yeah, we can- we got you.
Yes, we hear you. We hear you.
Unless you mute yourself, we can hear you.
All right. I don't know. You can hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I see a piece of paper. I think that's the agenda.
Yeah, that Tim's got that up.
Let's see if I can make this bigger.
Yes. That's the agenda. Same thing. Mm-hmm.
We're just waiting, I guess, huh?
Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay,
I can hear whoever that was.
it's Rich Kelly. I've never done this.
I'll be around this chair. The only one I got. Yeah, you go ahead. I figure if you're talking, you can sit in it.
It's sort of carbon with what I got. We hadn't started yet, right?
Not yet.
What was this?
Oh,
I'm good. So I'm good. I'm good with this. I've been sitting all day at the desk. Seriously. Seriously, I've been sitting in that chair.
Do what?
I'm sitting in my chair all day. It's all working.
Oh.
David. It says my name.
How do we mute it?
I think if you touch the screen.
I don't know who I.
I see somebody sitting there with glasses on.
That's me.
Or
Richard
me.
Kelly. Richard Kelly.
It keeps going in and out. Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you.
I hear you and I can see you right now, Denny.
I can see
But
you
you're
too.
right, you're in and out, but you're in right now.
I hear you, Dennis.
So do we have to hit
So Tim, do you have a quorum?
Yes, we do. We have 4 members. We have Dennis Schickler,
Can you
Scott
hear me?
Liddell, Lionel Lawson,
Can any-
and I saw Don Nye. There he is. So if we'd like to call the meeting to order, we can. Dennis? We seem to have lost Dennis.
Dennis, are you there? No.
I see Greg is on there twice.
Yes, I believe some people were sharing invites.
Get on?
It's just coming on and off. I don't know why. Who are you talking with?
Marina,
Oh,
I'm gonna go below the driveway.
Dennis, you could go ahead. Dennis, you could go ahead and start the meeting now if you want to go ahead and kick it off.
It is on here. I don't see him. Do we need to mute?
Dennis is our chairman and he needs to call the meeting to order, so I think he might be having some minor technical difficulties.
I can hear Tim. Can you hear me?
Barely.
I can hear you, Dennis. If you want to go ahead and get it kicked off, you want to start the meeting?
Denny, can you hear us? You're on mute if you do.
Oh, I miss you. I came in just using my plate. Yeah.
So Tim, do we need to reach out to Dennis or
Oh, yeah, that's right. You work.
can someone else start the meeting?
I our vice chairman is not on the meeting either, so, I mean, we technically do have a quorum, so those that are present could nominate somebody to act as chairman in the place of those who aren't here right now. So Don, Lionel, Scott, if you'd like to, somebody can call it to order, and then we can designate somebody to act as chairman. Gentlemen?
All right, I'll call this meeting to order. First matter of business, let's nominate a chairman to conduct this meeting only. I nominate Mr. Nye.
I was going to nominate you.
Who second?
I second it.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Don? All right, so that's unanimous. All right. Don, if you'd like to take the wheel and move this forward.
And just for clarification, Tim, this is until Denny's able to get signed back on, I guess.
Absolutely.
I don't have his phone number. I'd call him to let him know that we don't have him. But anyway, the first order of business is we don't have no old business, new business. You want to tell us about that one, Tim?
Don, we need to do the
I'm
minutes.
sorry, approval of the minutes. I'm sorry, I just see that.
No problem.
Do we have a motion to approve the minutes from September the 8th meeting? Anybody out there?
Technically, I think Lionel would have to be the one who'd have to make the motion. He was present. Scott was not at the last meeting, so he would not be able to, well, he can, but.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the previous meeting's minutes as written.
Thank you.
Can I second that, Tim?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll second it.
Excellent. We have a vote?
All in favor of approval of the minutes from September 8th, raise your hand.
Or say aye if your video
Aye.
is working.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, I guess the ayes carried. I didn't hear anybody opposed.
Excellent, thank you.
All right, go on, Tim, tell us about this first one.
So the first item under new business is TMS number 232070149, 505 Eastover Circle, zoned PUD, Planned Development District, owned by Mary McSwain Burbidge. Variance request to increase the permitted impervious surface limit from 35% to 38% for the addition of a shed. Ordinance section 2.10. Get down there. Staff feels that the applicant does not meet all 4 criteria and that a hardship is not present. Extraordinary conditions do exist at the time. There's more coverage on the property than is permitted. As was explained in the letter, there was previously a shed on the property that has been removed, and they're looking to replace that. So the pre-existing condition would be an extraordinary condition. Other property in the area do have, we have another item on the agenda today that's from the same neighborhood. Utilization of the property is not eliminated, but would only be slightly diminished if the homeowners are not able to build the shed. And detriment could potentially be caused to other properties by the issuance of this variance. By permitting areas that property owners have already identified as being flood prone on a more regular basis to continue to receive lot coverage variances This will exacerbate the existing known issue. At our last meeting, we actually, you all approved a variance for another lot coverage issue. So I just wanted to point that out so that you're all aware. This is the property in question, 505 Eastover Circle. I believe the shed was back here.
Yes, it was.
All right, thank you. This is just overall, this is the
That's the
subdivision.
corner lot, right?
Yes, we're on a corner lot and we're on a hill. And we have 3 drains right there at that corner that the water goes out. We do not have a flooding problem where we are. The flooding problem is back in Mendenhall area. That is area that has flooded where the new South Point estates are being built. And we don't have a flooding problem where we're at. And we are on a hill and the water flows down. We had a shed there already. The shed deteriorated, was hit by a tree with a storm, so we had to remove it. We now have no place to put our lawn equipment and my husband's tools. Everything is sitting on the back patio at this moment, deteriorating in the weather. We would like to purchase another shed to put in this place. The shed that was there before did not impede the flow of water. What I understand, we're going from 35 to 38. We didn't have a water problem. We have French drains in the backyard. We put there in 1991 when we first moved here because my neighbor had built a pool, and we did that at the same time just to make sure we wouldn't have a problem with runoff. And so we have a drain across the side of the yard in the back, all the way down the back to the street. And it works.
Can you hear me? Anybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
This is Dennis.
As you see in the picture, our home is up on a hill, and there is a culvert there, right there in front of the house. Across from that Jeep is another culvert, and across from the other culvert, straight across the house in front of me, there is another culvert. We have
Can
3
anybody hear
culverts
me?
right there.
This is Dennis.
We can hear you, Dennis. You take over as the chairman.
Thank you.
Dennis, did you catch that? We had started with the first item under new business. At this point, the applicant has explained their need for the shed and the lot coverage variance. Do any of the board members have any other questions?
I don't.
No questions from me.
Can anybody hear me? This is Dennis.
We can hear you. We can hear you fine.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You can call for the vote if you wish.
All in favor, say,
Well,
yeah.
we need a motion first.
I would move that we approve the request. This is Don.
Thank
Do
you.
we have a second?
I second it. I second it. This is Lionel.
Okay.
Can call the roll if you'd like.
You still there, Danny? Or we lose you again? I think we've lost Danny again.
All right, I will call the roll for the
Do-
vote.
Has
Oh.
everybody voted?
No, we're
nobody's
waiting
voted
on you.
yet.
Don, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you must be
Tim?
coming in and out, Danny. Anyway, we've got a motion and we got a second. We're ready to vote. All in favor signify by aye. Aye. I approve.
Lionel, aye.
Scott,
No. Don't approve.
Danny, you have a vote?
Dennis, sounds like your internet access is having a problem. You might want to walk outside of your house or something if you're having an issue with your internet. That's the only thing the only thing I can think would come in and out like that.
Can you make a phone call? Can he sign in on the telephone? Leonard?
Might be the best route.
Absolutely, he could, yes.
I just can't.
Well, we do have a quorum. So with the 3 members, we can move forward with that, with the vote as it stands. There'll be 2 ayes, 1 no. So that would be to approve. So that would be the variance.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Dennis.
No.
Yeah, we can hear you, Dennis. You might want to walk outside. It sounds like you got internet issues. Or get off the Wi-Fi. Maybe it's just use your data on your phone. You have an issue there, I think.
Thank you, Lenny. All right, so I think it's, we have that first one established, the variance is approved, and we can move on to number 2 under new business. This is a special exception request for TMS number 13707110004, 106 East Doty Avenue, Somerville. The special exception is for variance from the temporary use requirement to allow a periodic monthly market to be held on the property. Ordinance section 3.6.1M. To look at the ordinance section specifically, and to give some background, the applicant has requested the ability, obviously, as stated above, to hold a night market at the new business at 106 East Doty. This is the corner lot next to the ice house. I'll give you an aerial view. I'm not going to worry about it. The section of the ordinance allows for staff to approve a temporary use permit for 30 consecutive days and can have a temporary use permit no more than 3 times per year. So really a monthly temporary use would not be able to be approved here to operate in the manner in which they have requested. And as you can see at the bottom here, variations may be granted by the Board of Zoning Appeals as a special exception. And that's why we're here today. What staff recommends in regards to the special exception application would be approval with these 3 conditions. That the night market is limited to 1 night per month, that the special exception will be terminated upon the closing of the current business operating in 106 East Doty and is not transferable to any other operator. And C, the operator must provide the zoning administrator a list of the vendors to participate in the market for verification of Town of Somerville business licenses. At this point, I know that Chloe, I'm sorry, I'm going to say this last name wrong, Vivas, I believe, is here, and she can better explain what their goal is with this application.
Hi, I'm Maggie Arango. I'm representing Chloe Vivas tonight. I'm her assistant. So basically, the first Friday of each month, we are looking to have a evening market with 10 to 15 vendors. They're local artists, local craft people. And we actually had one on the first Friday of October on the special temporary use permit that we could get. And we had a lot of people come out. All the vendors were local and they did well. And we thought that it was really good for the local business owners who've been affected by COVID, and then also just bringing more business to our new restaurant, Gypsy Parlor, on the property East Doty 106. And so the vendors are set up on the lawn. They're all 10 feet from the road. No vendor is on any public property. They're all on our property in the grass.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How long into the night would these things happen?
8 o'clock is the latest, and then it's done. It coincides with our business hours.
Thanks. And Tim, any history of the BZA granting this kind of special use exception under this ordinance?
Actually, this is the first application that we've received under the UDO. This was a new, it's new to the ordinance for temporary uses. It was added at the time when we were writing the UDO to, quite frankly, accommodate some of these types of unique circumstances, with the understanding, hopefully, that it wouldn't be commonplace, but at the same time, allowing certain events like this to be able to be held within the confines and within the approval of the Board of Zoning Appeals and town staff.
Was there anything similar to it before the UDO?
No.
Okay, thank you.
And is this limited to one time a month? I missed that while you were explaining
Yeah.
it.
First Fridays of each month. That's when we're
First
planning.
Friday of each month. I can't see a big problem.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to speak over you. That is staff's recommendation for one of the recommendations for a condition of the approval of this special exception was that it would not be held more than once a month.
Okay. I mean, right now they're having dining in the front yard. So what's some vendors, some artists? I think that's not a big stretch. I don't have any other questions. Is Denny on right now or not?
Not sure if Denny's on, but we do have a.
I'm on here. Can you hear me?
Also.
Again, Dennis.
No.
Yeah, we got you, Denny.
Elise is here.
All right. Good to
What?
hear you.
I just can't.
Do any of the other board members have any questions?
No.
Can I make a motion that we grant the special exception to them?
I would second that motion.
You want to include the recommended conditions?
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Who provided the second?
I
Can you
did,
hear
Don.
Don? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Anybody hear me?
Everybody can hear you. When you were cussing a minute ago, we could hear that too.
So we do have a motion and a second. Do we want to call for a vote?
Yes.
Well, Don, you're driving, my friend.
All right, all in favor? Say signify by saying aye. All opposed, likewise. Ayes carry. What's next, Tim?
Item number 3 is (111) Driver Avenue. You get there. TMS 1361504-031. It's a variance request to reduce the required front yard setback from 30 feet to 5 feet for the construction of a shed and to allow an accessory structure. Property is zoned GR5, general residential. Ordinance, section 2.7.4 and 3.5.2A1. So the front setback is required to be 30 feet, and section 3.5.2 for accessory structures, them to the rear and side yards only. So that's the variances needed on this particular property. The applicant came in for a permit to build a shed on the property. Staff feels that there are extraordinary conditions. The placement of the home on an angle, and I will show the aerial, encroaches into the front setback already, and there are easements on the rear property line where the shed would is better placed to meet the ordinance. And the applicant was looking to save some trees. Other property in the area do have similar issues. Most of the corner lots have the houses built at this angle. Utilization of the property is reduced but not eliminated to the position of the house on the property. And staff did not feel that there would be any injury caused to other properties. So we can actually see here, this was provided. This is the lot. The house sits on an angle. Driver Avenue is here, 3 Lane here. The property is addressed off of Driver Avenue, and that's why the front setback is along this property line. And that is why we would need to reduce that front setback from 30 feet to 5. Additionally, as I indicated earlier, the shed and accessory structure is only permitted in side and rear yards only. With the orientation of the house on this lot, the only location really is here. And as we can see, go away.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Dennis.
I had to go outside. Okay. I have one question.
Yes, sir.
How? Okay. So that where on that lot will the shed be? You kept moving it. As I face the house, it's on. As I face the house, it's on the left-hand side.
Well,
right?
It's actually already on the lot.
Right. Okay. I know where it is. Right.
And,
Okay. That's my only question.
Yeah.
That's the wrong picture.
So.
Yeah, you can see there's an opening in the fence there by it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. All right. That's the only question I have.
All right.
Any other questions? Do we have a motion?
I would move that we approve the request.
I'll second it. Okay. All in favor? Just say your name if you're in favor of it.
Don, I'm in favor of it.
Scott.
Scott, you in favor? Yay or nay?
He said yes.
Okay. Lionel?
Yes.
I'm in favor of it. Okay.
I believe Elise, you said yes?
Yes.
Elise? Okay, I didn't realize you were there. Okay. That's everybody. All in favor? Okay.
Yep,
That should pass.
Excellent. Thank you. Let's move on to the 4th item on the agenda. And that is a variance request for TMS number 23207040006, 202 Dundee Street. This is a variance request to increase the permitted impervious surface from 35% to 47%. Property is zoned PUD, Planned Development District. Ordinance section to be varied is section 2.10. The applicant is seeking the variance to allow the construction of a new garage in the side yard of the property. Staff's position on this concerning the 4 criteria is that extraordinary conditions do exist on the property. At this time, there's just more coverage on the property than is permitted, which is most of it is existed prior to the passage of the ordinance. Other property in the area, as we've already stated, they do have similar situation. Staff feels that utilization of the property is not eliminated, but will be slightly diminished if the homeowners are not able to build the garage. And D, once again, detriment could potentially be caused to other properties by the issuance of variance on this property. By permitting lot coverage variances in the area that property owners have identified as having flooding issues, the town will be contributing to worsening of an existing situation. This is the property. As we can see, house, pool. This is where the proposed garage is going to go. Garage, driveway going to the side loaded garage. Let me get to the plot plan that was provided.
I have one question.
Sure.
Are they going to compensate for the drainage, for the runoff, so it doesn't go on next door property?
So this is Billy Wynn. I'm the owner of the property at 202 Dundee Street. There's a swell between myself and the property next to us.
Okay.
The water coming off of Fanouken Road runs down that swell, which is between the two properties. That won't be affected by the garage. Also, just let me say that, you know, the purpose of this garage is I've just retired. I've been here since 1989. Went through Hugo and all of the thunderstorms and all of the rains and whatnot that we've had. I've never had an issue with flooding here. Neither has any of my neighbors that I'm aware of. And the purpose of the garage is to get my boats out of the driveway. South Point doesn't have a common area like a lot of subdivisions have, where where residents can park their boats in a secure area. South Point, unfortunately, doesn't have that. And like I said, I've retired now, and I want to do some fishing in my retired years, and I want to be able to get my boats in out of the driveway. To some people, that's an eyesore. It's not to me, but to some people it is. And this will allow me to get my boats out of the driveway and get them in the garage. There's no, once again, so the 31 years I've owned this home, I've never had an issue with flooding. The street is lower than the property, and there's a culvert at the end of the cul-de-sac, and the water runs pretty freely between the swell between mine and my neighbor's house, and goes right on out into the street, right on down the culvert. So he nor I, either one, have ever had any problem with flooding.
Any other questions?
No.
No other questions? We get a motion?
Make a motion that we approve the variance.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it. This is Lionel.
Okay. Right, Lionel. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Anyone opposed to the approval?
Yes, Scott.
Scott. Okay. Anyone else? Hey, Scott, could I ask you why? I'm just curious, not to put you on the spot.
If you're
I don't
curious.
Go ahead.
No. if you're curious, you can call me afterward.
Okay. I mean, that's going to be a big, very big, that's a large garage. Very deep. And I don't remember, is there a fence on that side?
Yes, sir. The backyard is surrounded with a privacy fence.
Okay. All right. I oppose it, but it carries because 3 out of 5. Okay. Next, any new business?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
There's no other business.
Have a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Mr. Don.
All right.
Second.
Okay. All right.
Scott,
Okay.
that's unanimous.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
All right. I had to go outside of my house because I couldn't get a good signal.
I understand that, Dennis, and we're glad you were able to finally get on.
Yeah. God.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you. In the future, I'll be outside when I go to this on Zoom.
Hopefully not too many more this way.